Welcome back, y'all, to CFP Enthusiasts. My name is Jimmy. That's Jacob. That is Shiesty Pat. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. If
Yes,
you're watching
sir.
this on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We are one subscriber away, y'all, from 100 subscribers. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. Who's going to be that 100 subscriber? Y'all go ahead and show me some love down below. If you bleed college football just like we do, you're going to love it over here. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, CFB underscore enthusiast. That's where you'll find a lot of our short form content if you're not able to watch these full episodes. Guys, we got a jam packed episode today. We're going to talk about the coaching hires that have been brewing over the past couple weeks. We're going to talk about the playoffs and how they were selected and our takeaways from it. But first, we got to get to the breaking news, y'all. Per Pete Thamel, Sherrone Moore has been fired by Michigan. The firing is set to be for cause. Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore has been terminated with cause effective immediately following a university investigation. Credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member,
And he was arrested
Keep in
and
mind,
he
he's
was later
he's
arrested.
married. He's married with
with
kids.
3 kids. He has 3 kids.
Guys,
Yeah.
what are
That's
going to be the ramifications of this Sherrone Moore firing? What are y'all thoughts on it? And where does Michigan go from here?
I think one, he should never been the head coach in the first place. So they kind of lucked out in getting rid of him. I know they're 9-3, but they have a better roster than 9-3. Um, I I was I was shook whenever Jacob sent us the news in the chat. Um, I don't know where they go. I mean, all of the good coaches are
This comes
super
at a really bad time for Michigan. A
horrible time.
bad time.
I mean, you can go get Jed. I stay at a job for 3 years, fish, but this is his third year at Washington, so it's coming up about time for him to leave the program. Um, John Gruden, I saw some of the boosters want him, but I mean, I get you lost to Ohio State. It happens, bro. You haven't lost in 5 years, but you ain't got to throw your life away because of a loss. Like, it happens, man. You'll bounce back.
Well, if to be fair, all that was probably happening way before that,
That's right, because they've been
and they're
investigating
just
for.
now coming
they've
to
been
light
investigating
about
it
it.
for about they've been investigating it for about 3 weeks. Like
Oh, they had all the information. They were
it
waiting
said
to see.
mid-November.
They were waiting to see if he won or lost the game, and he lost. So they said release the file.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. If Michigan would have beat Ohio State, they'd be in the playoffs right now. They wouldn't have made the Big Ten title game, but they'd be in the playoffs right now. Do
The
y'all
Technically,
think
only
he would have been fired if that was the case?
the only thing that makes me think he would have been fired regardless was the word in the report where it said he was fired for cause like whatever what do you say, like criminal investigation. So
yeah.
obviously what he did was like whatever he did do with the staffer and the ways that he went about it, it's obviously like
That
yeah.
or because it's for cause, they fire him with no buyout. He gets no money.
Oh,
No,
for sure. Yeah,
he
they
gets nothing.
terminated.
It's
Yeah.
Right.
nothing.
So I'm saying they could be saying it's for cause because of these criminal actions, and they're just trying to find a way to fire him without.
I mean, yeah, he was arrested today, so I think it goes deeper than just waiting on the game.
Does it?
No pun intended, but
I'm sure the Michigan boosters have the police department in their pocket. They have the second richest man in the world as their biggest booster. He can be like, "Yo, I'll give you 100 grand if you go arrest Sherrone Moore."
he's the richest now.
I know. I'm just trolling about
But
everything.
I, it's
It's just
interesting
crazy.
that it's interesting to think about the coaching search because like obviously like Lane Kiffin, James Franklin, like John Summerall are pretty set. But you got to remember too, like just because these guys got hired doesn't mean they can't leave. Remember, Manny Diaz was the head coach at Temple for 2 weeks before he went to Miami.
What the fuck?
So just because they got hired doesn't mean a guy can't leave. Like Manny Diaz got hired. Remember, he left. He left Miami's DC to be Temple's head coach for 2 weeks, and then Miami fired Mark Richt, and he went to Miami. Or Mark Richt retired, and then he went to Miami.
Why doesn't Michigan go get Manny Diaz?
No, I think Michigan should go get Jesse Minter.
I think I don't care about Michigan. It's just
Would they
another.
have? They would have to wait, right? How would that timeline work?
No. So only NFL teams have to wait. College can go talk to him right now because the Lions QB coach is going to be Iowa State's OC,
He's a tight ends coach.
tight ends coach. Yeah, so college guys can talk to the NFL coaches right now. Just NFL guys have to wait till the playoffs to interview coordinators, and they can't talk to head coaches until after the season.
My thing is, bro, how many times do we have to see stuff like this come out for people in power to like just not do it? Like shit, don't shit where you eat, bro. It's really that simple. Cause we saw Ime Udoka go through this,
Yeah,
And
right, in
he
Boston.
was in a open relationship.
We saw it go with him, and it just happens to be really, really bad timing for Michigan. But like you said, Jacob, they are still able to
yeah.
go out and get somebody. It's gonna be tougher now, for sure. It's gonna be tougher,
Yeah.
but you can go out there and see if you can get Jed Fish. I don't know why people are saying Kalen DeBoer. I don't know why you would leave Alabama.
You
That
know,
doesn't make
I
any sense
mean,
to me.
to be fair, if they lose and they go 10-4, he could be fired.
dude, he's not going to be. He made the playoffs.
I don't care. You think Bama fans are making the playoffs?
I mean, yeah.
No, I think they expect to be there. I think they expect to compete in the SEC title game.
You
And
think
not
there's a
be,
possibility he gets fired if they
yes.
No,
lose?
Mm-hmm.
no.
If they lose bad, if they lose like they lost in the SEC title game, I think he could be fired. Just because of the sole purpose of you just lost by 3 touchdowns. You got dominated in the title game. You got lucky to even be in the title game. Games had to go in your favor for you to get in.
No, they just had to win out. They literally won the SEC regular season. They were the top seed. They were number one.
Yeah, it would have been Alabama. It would have been Alabama A&M because
Oh,
A&M
you're right.
fumbled.
The only way Bama wasn't getting
But
there is if they lost to Auburn. Bama controlled their own destiny.
And they beat Auburn because of the refs.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's not going to get fired.
You got crushed in the title game. If they lose bad in the first round, yes, he'll be fired.
I mean,
If they lose in the second round and on, he'll be fine.
I don't think they lose to OU. I really don't. I mean,
Because
unless OU has.
well,
Yeah,
look.
we can touch on that next week. Yeah. But
So Biff Poggi takes over as the interim head coach for at least for this game.
text us to the next week.
Jacob's a big fan of Biff,
Hell,
guys.
huge
By the
fan of
way,
Biff Poggi.
hell.
uh, and
You
they're
can't
gonna
wear.
see where they go from there. I mean, but the timeline is gonna be real tough. And we talked about this before we hopped on, guys. The domino effect, as far as players go. What happens with Bryce Underwood?
Which is why they're gonna have to. It's
What
why
happens
they're
with Justice Haynes? What
not only
happens
that.
with all these talented players?
Like they're gonna have to hire a coach within like a week because the portal opens in a month. So he's gonna have to start recruiting his own guy. Like they're gonna have to hire somebody. Like I would say within the next at most 10 days.
Not necessarily. What if they keep Biff Poggi for a year, and then they are the top job next season?
I mean, you can't keep Biff.
I was thinking about that too, Pat. I like the way you're thinking.
As like an
Don't
intern cat.
panic and keep that guy there who's been there for a little while,
We keep the
who
whole
kind of
staff.
knows the structure of Michigan and what they like to do and the identity. See how next season goes, and then in the next coaching cycle, go get you the guy you really, really, really want.
Because
To
it's
be,
Michigan. You're still one of the top 10 brands in college football. Like,
I mean,
you
Yeah.
keep him for a year as the interim head coach, like Stanford did with Frank Reich. It allows you to still play, still everything, but he doesn't have to worry about, oh my God, is my job on the line? You're the interim head coach. Once the year is done, you'll stay on the staff or you can go somewhere else. He was the interim head coach already once or twice this year for a couple of games. So we've seen nothing changes with them. Like he has the rapport, he has the connections. He was there before he went to Charlotte. Or
Honestly,
he
Yep. So
could
he was with
go.
Harbaugh before.
he was
Yep.
with Harbaugh. I mean, honestly, that's not crazy because to your point, like Michigan, in my opinion, is still a top 5 job in America. Like
Top 10, but
the other thing too that they could do if they want to keep it in house is they could always just hire Wink Martindale. Like
Yeah, I like that too.
long
that's
long
what
time long time NFL DC, successful college DC. Like why not give him a head coaching shot?
the only reason I say I like that, but he has no head coaching experience. Biff's at least been a head coach. They can still stay on the staff together,
Yeah, they can still have the staff together if Mark's
and you just let Biff be the head coach
if
and
Wink's the head coach.
Mark
I mean,
stay the DC.
it's not like Biff has a good head coach track record.
3-9 and 3-7.
I mean,
He
Wink.
was Jim Harbaugh's assistant head coach, and he was Sean Moore's assistant head coach.
Right. So why not keep him as the assistant head coach next year and just make Wink the head coach? I'm just
And he's
spitballing.
old.
So, Biff is older.
Yeah, I'm not saying to make Biff the permanent coach. I'm saying
Yeah.
give it to him for a year. You're
I
saying
still
I think that if I'm Michigan, that's how I'm thinking.
like you got
Placeholder for 1 year, but it is dangerous though
because you could be
because
really bad.
because your players are gonna be like, okay, so where the hell are we going with this?
Right.
And when you don't get that commitment from the top, you're not gonna get the commitment from the players.
I still think that they should go get Jesse Minter, but that's just me.
honestly, I still think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They're going to lose to Oregon every time they play. So Michigan will never win the Big Ten again since they got
I
seed.
I'm
As
kind of
crazy.
different from y'all though. I liked the Sherrone Moore thing.
Oh no,
I thought
when he got hired, I did too.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And the thing is, there's a there's a floor with Sherrone Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna bottom out or anything like that. They're gonna win a baseline amount of games.
Yeah.
But I think there also is a low ceiling,
Yeah, I agree. I think,
and
yeah.
it's what we saw this year with 9-3.
Honestly, I like that because last year was 6-6. They made a bowl game. This year was 9-3. That was kind of his floor and his ceiling.
I think they still got to eight wins last
They were
year
8-4
with the
last
bowl
year.
win
I was gonna say
with no quarterback.
his floor is his floor was 8-3. The best he was ever gonna be was 10-2.
Yeah,
But they were
but
never gonna be at. He kept them competitive.
but they
Like
probably never were gonna be the contenders like we saw for those 3 years
Yeah.
after COVID.
yeah, but they also knew what the other teams were running.
That is very true as well. That is very, very true. Very, very true.
Here's
Very true.
a crazy name I'm gonna throw out there.
Patrick Ravello. That'd be crazy, honestly. He has a track record.
What about Gary Patterson?
You think he would like to come back to coach?
I think if
What's
it's
he doing?
nothing
He's
right
just
now.
chilling right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a terrible hire, but that's fair. Not that he's not a good coach. He left because he hates the NIL.
Yeah.
Michigan is big for they're going to pay these players with. You're going to have kids making more money than Gary Patterson ever had to deal with.
They
They're
could
not going to
honestly.
want to.
Sorry, what?
He's the kind of coach that runs a no bullshit program. They don't want to be around that.
Yeah, he's old school for sure. He's
I'm
old
not saying,
school.
yeah, it wouldn't be a bad hire because he's a really good coach. I just think the
curious,
kids
yeah.
there that have been so used to the culture there would not respond to that.
They could also go get Brian Kelly too. Like that's a
what
way
I
to.
said.
That's a safe option.
Yeah, that's the safest option.
Not only that, that's a way to keep Bryce Underwood. The only reason he flipped from Brian Kelly to Michigan was because of the money, and he's from Michigan. So now you get to stay in your home state and play for the coach that you were committed to for 8 months.
And at the end of the day, fuck Brian Kelly, and he's gonna lose to Oregon every time they play. So,
Dude, I hate Brian Kelly. But they could go hire a Michigan alumni and a former.
No, I mean at some point Brian Kelly has to get hired, right? Why not Michigan?
They could go hire a former alumni and former O lineman, former DB. Les Miles.
Charles Woodson, that'd be crazy, bro.
No, but Les Miles went to Michigan.
Yeah, but wait, you said not to lean in, right, Jimmy?
No, but I would say Brian.
Sometimes right? You said not to do this.
Oh yeah.
Brian
You
Kelly
be
would.
sleeping there.
Brian Kelly, Jimmy, I'm with you. What you said with the safe, I think he would be the safe option,
Yeah.
and I think it's still a good way to keep Bryce Underwood. He gets to stay
Yeah.
Not
healthy.
only that, I mean, not only that, you know he's gonna win you games. He's gonna bring in good recruits. He got fired at LSU because he was going 9-3. At Michigan, you're Sherrone more.
Well, if you if you're in the Big Ten, the likelihood of you going 9-3 at Michigan is going to be lower because
True.
it's top heavy.
I was gonna
You're
say,
gonna you're gonna play Rutgers and Purdue and Wisconsin.
In
so he'll probably go
Nebraska,
9-3, 10-2, because he's not. It's always
Brian
F
Kelly
Brian.
can win 10 games in the
I
Big
was
Ten
saying, I was
easily.
saying, it's F Brian Kelly now forever, but because of LSU. But yeah, he can go win 9-10 games. His he'll win 10 games, but he'll never win. He'll never win less than 8 games in the Big Ten, but he'll never win more than 10.
He'd probably never beat Ohio State.
Or Oregon, or
Yeah, or yeah.
or Indiana.
Um,
Honestly, for what it is now, like
yeah, hell no, bro. Brian Kelly's but I agree. He would be a safe option, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know.
guys,
yes, sir.
we'll see what happens. But the playoffs are set now. Number one, Indiana winning the Big Ten title. Number two is Ohio State. Number three is Georgia, which I thought they'd flip. I thought they'd put Georgia at two and Ohio State at three. Georgia has a little bit of better resume, but hey, they put Ohio State at two, no problem. Number four, Texas Tech, Big 12 champs. Number five, Oregon. Number six is Ole Miss. Number seven, Texas A&M. Number eight, Oklahoma. Number nine, Alabama, a reeling Alabama team. Number 10, Miami. Number 11, Tulane. 12 is James Madison. Do y'all think the playoffs committee got it right? I know a lot of people didn't like the process of how they got to this point. I know the big discussion was the Notre Dame, Miami, Alabama thing. That was the big pinpoint of it all, right?
Yeah,
I think they got it right.
yeah,
I think
I
they
agree.
got it right. The process, I don't agree with. How they got here was bullshit. Which that's why I understand a lot of Notre Dame's frustration. At the same time, the top two teams you played, you lost to.
And you're not even,
It just comes down to that. Simple as
The
that.
the Notre Dame thing we're touching on in a second, right?
We're touching. We can touch on it right now if y'all want to hop into it.
Because yes, yes, because I got a couple things to say about Notre Dame.
Okay, I'll just say this. We should have all known that Notre Dame wasn't going to get into the playoffs
Fact,
especially once they put Alabama above Notre Dame after the Auburn game, and they
yeah,
deemed it like, oh, that was an impressive win by Bama. No,
rightfully,
the hell it wasn't.
but yeah,
They
they should
needed
have been
something to close that gap between Notre Dame and Miami. Because if Notre Dame was too much farther ahead of Miami, there's no way you drop Notre Dame three spots just to put Miami in there, and no one played in conference championship week. None of them played in the conference championship weekend. They wanted it to make it as close as possible to where conveniently BYU is the team right between Notre Dame and Miami. And
yeah,
honestly, we all knew BYU was losing. And so
yeah,
quick flip right there. When they're right there, Notre Dame, Miami, they're like, oh, we can just compare the head to head. Boom. I
yeah.
really wonder what would have happened if BYU had won. Maybe things are a little different. Maybe not.
I think that's why they kept it like that. If BYU won, BYU and Notre Dame are in.
I think so.
But I think because BYU lost, now you
They
put Miami in.
they definitely saved their ass though. The committee did by
The
moving Bama above Notre Dame after
the
that.
o- yeah, yes, because go ahead, Jacob.
yeah. We can keep it on the playoffs real quick. I I think Bama going ahead of Notre Dame was the right call. I don't think Notre Dame should have ever jumped Bama to begin with. So,
Yes.
so to your point, the process of it all was flawed. I think I kind of have a different opinion than everybody else. Really, everybody was like, "Oh, the argument was Miami, Notre Dame, Miami, Notre Dame, Miami, Notre Dame." When in reality, personally, I don't think either one should have been in. I thought BYU should have been in over both of them because if you look at first off, BYU played better teams than both of them. I know the Big 12 isn't strong, but it's stronger than the ACC. And to BYU's credit, they only lost 2 games this year, right? That's it. No, Miami lost to what, Louisville and NC State.
SMU.
SMU. Sorry, yeah, SMU and Louisville. Notre Dame lost to Miami and A&M. BYU lost 2 games, and they lost to the number 4 team in the country twice.
Yeah.
So it's not
And
like
they got the opportunity to play in their title game.
right. So it's not like BYU was 11-1. Like I think BYU should have been ahead of both of them to begin with, and I think BYU should have been in ahead of both of them because BYU's record was better, who they beat was better, and yeah, you lost. That's okay, but you lost to Texas Tech. Everybody lost to Texas Tech.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the playoff. Are we talking about the playoffs or Notre Dame? The
The
playoffs?
playoffs.
Playoffs.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited. I mean, you know how I feel about the playoffs. Um, do I agree that the bracket the best it could possibly be for their stipulations and their rules? Yes, I think it is. I mean, you have to have the two group of fives.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
like by the way that they have to get in. Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah.
best.
Okay.
Again, um, I could see BYU over Miami, but that's my only argument. Now, do I agree with the teams in as the best 12 teams? No.
Hell nah.
I think you take out 11 and 12 and put in Vanderbilt and UT.
I
But
think you.
anyway,
I
I'm
think you.
excited. I'm excited for the playoffs. As an Oregon fan, it's exact opposite of last year. We don't have a bye. I don't have to wait. I'm trying to go to the game, honestly, if I can get work off. But uh, the tickets right now are only like $270, so that'd be kind of crazy. Plane tickets are like $600, $700, and then a hotel
Oh,
for a
cause
night,
yeah, cause it's holiday season.
and then a hotel,
Boy.
and then
Woo!
yeah.
Hotel, all that.
I would leave Friday and come back Saturday after the game. But
That's fair.
honestly, I would say there's like a 4% chance it happens. But either way, I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna be a good ass matchup. I feel like it's on the way it's seated. Every round is gonna be. Every game is gonna be. It could really go either way after round one.
It
Like
really could.
there really are no. You're like, oh, that team is guaranteed to beat this team.
And you know what? Even Ohio State, and that was the one team where I thought like they're a buzzsaw, they're a juggernaut, and they're the team to beat. And they still might be the team to beat, but it's not as far fetched as you saw as we previously thought that they could lose.
Yeah,
Even earlier than we expected. I don't think it's gonna happen just, off the top of my head, but they have some flaws that Indiana exposed, and they have some work to do before they really get back to work. What is it, December 31st?
yeah.
Against
Because
against Miami.
because after that they're playing Georgia if everything checks out right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they'll play Georgia.
So so but one thing I wanted to point out last time we were on the pod, y'all. I think we can all agree that the playoffs will expand. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
I think it should be 14 teams.
And give the top two seeds a bye instead of the top four.
You can do that. You can add that. But my reasoning for making it 14, I feel like 16 is a little bit too much. Like, bro, if you're the 16th team, it's like, all right,
Well,
bro.
to your point, if you do 14, you have to give the top 2 seeds a bye. Because I went through this whole thing with my dad because I was talking him through it. Because
Yeah.
if you go 14, the top two have to have a bye, because then that leaves 12 teams with 6 winners, and then those two make 8 remaining. The only other way you could
Right.
do it is if you had it would either have to be the top 2 buys or the top 6 teams have a bye.
Yeah, I'm cool, which I'm cool with, but I want to give that opportunity to teams like a BYU, Texas, Vanderbilt, for
Vanderbilt.
them to get in while still honoring the group of five bullshit.
Yeah, because
Because
they're
it's
12.
not fair to those other teams not getting in because
Yeah.
it's so manipulated to, oh well, we have James Madison in, oh we have
Yes.
Tulane in.
I like
So
that because you can put in the top 12 teams in
You
the
can still put
nation.
in the top
You put in the
12 and
top
still
12 teams,
incorporate a group of five.
and then at least a group of 5 and possibly number 13.
well,
Yeah.
no, at that point you would just, to your point there, I'm okay with 14 because, to your point there, I'm also okay with 12, but I think whether it's 12 or 14, I think the only way to fix it is a conference championship should not be an automatic bid, right? I personally think, again, like I was saying all year, I think they should release the bracket before conference championship weekend because teams are still going to play for a conference title because there's no better honor in the regular season than winning your conference championship game. But if you make the bracket before the conference championship weekend, then you put in the top either 11 teams and the highest G5, or you put in the top 13 teams and then the highest G5. I'm okay with the only conference champion stipulation being it has to be a group of 5 champion. But I'm also okay with just putting in the highest rated G5 team. Because like we saw this year, a Tulane at 10-2 or a James Madison at 11-1, a G5 team is going to be ranked. So just put in the highest ranked G5 and then the top 11 teams or the top 13 teams. And then just leave it. Whatever happens on conference championship weekend happens. If you
I,
lose, you lose, so be it. You get better because of it. If you win, then you get to hoist your conference championship trophy.
I saw a
Yeah.
proposal online about these group of five teams and how they have to be really and how they should be really qualified to get in. So I saw something to where they said the group of five a group of five representative can get into playoffs as long as they're within the top, I don't know, 16 or the top 12 in the
Yes.
actual
Yes.
rankings. Like Cincinnati a couple years ago, like UCF,
Boise,
like we've seen before. Like
Boise last
those group
year.
of five teams, there's no argument that those group of five teams are fucking legit. Like they were legit teams.
Boise last year was 11 or 10, weren't they? Like
I
they deserve to be in
They
too.
did, and to your point to that though, I kind of disagree to that proposal for this reason. Boise was top 12 last year because Boise started the season ranked in the top 15, right? To that point there, that almost puts a crutch on the G5 because if you look at it, Tulane was 10-2 and JMU's 11-1. They're 12-1 at this point, and Tulane's 11-2.
Right.
And even going 11-2 and 12-1, they still couldn't get past the top 20. Like they still had 9-3 Big 12 teams ahead of them. So
Rightfully
if you
so. They played nobody.
well, Tulane beat two Power 4 teams. So to the point of that, like that, you almost put a crutch on it. They beat Duke and Northwestern. You almost put a crutch on it because
ACC champs.
a G5 would almost have to
Facts.
go like a G5 would almost have to go undefeated and beat Power 4 teams just to be in the top 16. Because Tulane beat Northwestern and Duke. I know they're not great, but they both won 7 games, and they're both Power 4 schools. And their 2 losses were Ole Miss and UTSA. So even that, and they beat UNT, and that couldn't even get them in the top 20. So being top 16 almost puts a crutch on them.
All right, let's cut to the chase. Notre Dame.
Boo!
So Notre Dame opts out of the bowl game because their feelings got hurt about them being left out the playoffs. Like I said, a part of me I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed if I was Texas and like we we uh we were ahead of the team
That you beat.
and they fucking just pull Uno reverse card on us. I would hate that. I would if Miami was ranked ahead of me this whole if Miami was ranked ahead of me this whole time and they got in over us, no problem. But the fact that you set the precedent that we're ahead of them, okay, and it's not like Miami's beating ranked teams left and right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you do the switcheroo at the end. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. They got pissed to the point where they took their ball and went home. They're not going to a bowl game. And AD released a statement. The ACC and Notre Dame having conversations. What do y'all make about this whole Notre Dame thing?
Pat, go ahead.
I don't have a lot to say, just the fact that, real fast, you know what I mean? I've never liked Notre Dame. Ever, bro. Can't stand them. And this is exactly why. They're so fucking entitled, bro. They're so entitled. I get it. I get it. I get it. Like you said, Jimmy, I would be mad too. If we were ranked ahead of them, ahead of Miami, the last 5 or 6 weeks, and they flip it on the last day. Like, I get it. If we were behind them for those 5 weeks and we still didn't jump them, that's cool. I get it. It's fun. I can't be mad. But if I'm a Notre Dame, I mean, if Oregon were to ever do this, like I'm looking at it as a fan perspective, which they never would, because why would Dan Lanning do that? But if they ever did, I would be pissed, bro. And the fact that Notre Dame fans aren't mad, they're mad at not making the playoffs and justifying Notre Dame sitting out, to me is hilarious. Like, the program and fans are so like, what right does that give you to disrespect the game of college football like that, bro? Who the fuck are you to sit out because you didn't make it? You're not in a conference. You're mad at the ACC when you're not in the ACC. Obviously, they're gonna vouch for the team in their conference, which is Miami. You had the opportunity to join them. You had the opportunity to join the Big Ten. You've had the opportunity to join conferences you choose
They
not
let
to.
you join their conference in 2020. You could have just been like, okay, we love it over here.
Not only that, every other sport's in the ACC.
Yep.
Like,
Except hockey. I think they're the Big Ten.
Yeah.
who cares about revenue sharing? Who cares about TV rights? And then they have to go sign a deal that if they're top 12, they're going to be in the playoffs. Shit pisses me off, bro.
So that's a done deal.
It goes into effect next season.
But
If
Pat,
Miami, I mean, if Notre Dame is in the top 12, and
automatic.
two group of fives aren't getting in, then they're in.
but real quick, not to cut you off, just a quick to what I told
Oh,
you last night. The committee will know that going into this, like going into the rankings. The committee can be like, you want to sign this deal and not be in a conference? Screw you. We're gonna rank you at 13.
And only put you in if you're justified, not by losing to the two top 10 opponents that you played and crying that you're not in. You don't see BYU crying. You could have gone and played BYU.
You don't, yeah, like
You didn't see Georgia crying 2 years ago when they lost in their title game.
and they were number 1.
And they
Yeah,
went and beat
Alabama took. Yep.
and they went and beat Florida State 63-7. Notre Dame's not going because they know they would lose to BYU. You think about it. And they're like, shit, we can't go. We can't justify why we're not in. And it would hurt their program and their image, and their athletic director and Marcus Freeman would never allow that. I honestly expected more from.
I expected more from Marcus Freeman. I really like him as a coach. I still do. He's a great leader, man. The guys love him. And if I heard correctly, they gave the players the option too, right? They asked the players like, "Hey, do y'all want to play a bowl game?"
K-State and Iowa State, I get. You just lost your head coaches. You're 6-6, 7-5. Like, you just had a hard. You're already planning on going. Like, the season's. It was a good season, but there's no like. I get why they sat out. They're taking the fine. But yeah, as the players, how like Jacob can answer this like as a coach and from that like I guess player I would want to play, but I don't know as like a coach how you would handle that.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on it. I was like, my point of view is coming from a coach's point of view, so I was gonna touch on it from that point of view.
What do you touch on?
Jimmy, if you want to go first, you can. I mean, I'm good for whatever.
Oh, I'm good on Notre Dame. You got it.
He started it. He
Yeah, I started it off.
started
Yeah.
us off.
Yeah, the Iowa State thing, I get. The K State thing, the players didn't want to play without Chris Kleiman because he retired, and the players voted.
Yeah, I
From
get
a
that.
first, just before I get into the coach's point of view, Notre Dame is, Pat, you said it, they're entitled. Pete Bavacca, whatever his name is, thinks that they're the biggest brand in college football and all this stuff. And it's funny. It's funny that he says that they have this luxurious TV deal. NBC pays us $50 million a year. We get all this viewership, all these fans. If you look, I pulled up the list, right? These are the top 20 most viewed games of the season. The top 20 most viewed games of the season in all of college. Notre Dame had one game on there. It was number 4. They
We're
got
saying
they got 10.8 million viewers against
Miami.
Miami. The A&M game did not make it on there. Why did they get so many viewers with the Miami game?
it's Miami.
No, it was on Monday. It was on Labor Day. It was Labor Day night. It was the only football game on.
Sunday night. But yeah.
Sunday night. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday. It was
It was
Labor
the
Day
only
weekend.
game on.
It
Yeah.
was the only football game on that day.
Do you know who
other,
didn't even watch it?
the other 19 games on this list did not have Notre Dame.
Wow. And that's not even include the A&M game, and that was a big game.
Nope. And that because it was on NBC. And buddy,
Yeah.
people watch
Yeah.
NBC games. People go to eat when a normal fan goes to college football on Saturday and they're turning on the channels to watch college football games on Saturday. They're going to ESPN, ESPN2, ABC, and Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Normal fans don't think of NBC as a college football channel.
Even we'll
I
go
would
to
say-
CBS before.
I would say
for
5
that.
is CBS.
And
Yeah.
CBS. Like, those are the 5 channels: ESPN, ESPN2, Fox, ABC, and CBS. College football fans don't think of NBC because only one college game a week is on NBC, and that is the Notre Dame game. NBC, people think of NBC as Sunday Night Football.
Chris Collinsworth.
From a coach's point of view, for the Marcus Freeman and Pete Bavacca, even just from a leadership point of view, like, you are the athletic director of Notre Dame, of the University of Notre Dame. Don't get me wrong, Notre Dame is probably one of the 10 biggest brands in college, like, just
Yeah.
regardless.
Facts.
College,
Yeah.
right? So now you're the athletic director of Notre Dame. Well, what's the biggest sport in America for any of these big universities? It's football, right? And you're a football coach, from Marcus Freeman's point of view. When you're both leading men, and when Marcus Freeman is a football coach, there is one sport that symbolizes life and is the closest thing to life that you'll get in sports, and it's football. Because of the hardships, the ups and downs, the family aspect, the brotherhood, everything. How can you look at your players and tell your players, guys, we have to push through adversity. When shit gets hard, we have to push through it and keep striving. You just hit a wall of adversity without making the playoffs. And your response is, instead of being like, okay, you know what, we feel like we got screwed, what a better way than to go play BYU. Not only that, if you love the game of football, if you really love the game of football, you should want to play an extra game.
Facts, bro.
And I think
Facts. Why not?
And go prove that
why
you should have been in the playoffs.
Because you weren't going to go play some slapdick bowl game. You were going to go play number 12 BYU, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, you tell your guys, okay, guys, you know what? We got screwed. So what? Let's come out tomorrow and practice pissed off for 3 weeks. Let's be pissed off and go prove a point. But instead, they get a little bit of adversity and they crumble. So now if I'm a recruit or an assistant coach or a current player, I'm like, This guy's supposed to be leading us to a national championship, and we're supposed to be in the University of Notre Dame, but when we get left out of the playoffs, our response is to throw a fit. It's not to strap up and go play.
It's facts.
And as a competitor too, like I don't understand how you can just be like, no, I don't want to go play football. Like I think Sark said it perfectly. Like what Sark said was perfect. If you really love the game of football, like college football coaches do and college football athletes do, it's an honor to go play a bowl game. Like Notre Dame's entitled. Like it is an honor and it is a right that you have to earn to play in a bowl game. It's not just given to you. They think it's just given to them. To that point, go ahead.
No, I'll let you finish.
To that point, too, that Pete Pavakis, like Notre Dame hasn't won a national championship in 44 years. 44 years.
We weren't even like a thought yet, bro.
Like who are you to get off to think, oh, we should be given a playoff spot? Like you couldn't even beat the two best teams on your schedule, and then the AD has the nerve to say we just played we just played one of the most impressive 10-game stretches ever. You played two teams with a winning record. You played four teams that won 4 or less games. You played 2 group of 5 teams.
I mean, yeah, they played Purdue, Syracuse,
Boston College,
Boston.
That right there is 7
Nasty word. Nasty.
Right? And it's just like, and then again, like, guys like Sark who could have complained, he was like, I love the game of football. It's an honor to play in a bowl game. We want to go play. Kalani Sitake was like, let's go play. And then you have somebody like Clark Lee, who is an elite coach, and he is an elite leader of men. And I already respected him. And I gained so much more respect for him and his program after what he said.
And Sark.
No, I just talked about Sark.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Clark Lee, they asked him about it. They were like, are you not upset that you're not in the playoffs? He said, why would I be upset? He said, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. He said, if we wanted to be in the playoffs, we should have played better and taken care of business against Texas and against Alabama. He said, the only people we have to blame is ourselves. And I promise you this, Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame are going to have more shots at the playoffs. Clark Lee may never be back in this position. I think he will be just because of what an elite leader and coach he is. But from Vanderbilt's perspective, if Vanderbilt isn't complaining about a playoff and they're excited to go play in a bowl game, Notre Dame, you should not complain.
That right there shows why Notre Dame would never make it in the SEC, and 2, it just means more.
But the Sark thing too, that was the other response that got me fired up because I loved his answer because a reporter asked him, she was like, do you think Notre Dame opting out will be the end of college football bowl games? And he said no. He said because he said us, for example, here at the University of Texas, we love to play football games. It's flat and simple. You got to play another game. Like Clark Lee and like Sark both said, even if you get left out of the playoffs, so Notre Dame should go play at BYU. You get an extra month of practice, an extra month with your brothers, and an extra month to coach. The guys that I feel bad for in Notre Dame are these dudes that played special teams or rotated in on offense or defense that will never play football
play again.
Never again in their life.
Yep.
2 weeks ago, after their game, I promise you, these guys took off their pads not thinking it was going to be their last game. And now they're told, well, guess what? Because we're upset and we're a little baby university, your football career is over. Thanks, man, but you're never going to play football again.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. And, yeah, this can affect next year, too, because this is a really good time to play a lot more of your second string guys, your third string guys. Jeremiah Love's wasn't gonna play in the bowl game. He was gonna play in the playoff, obviously, but he's not gonna play in the bowl game, right? You're gonna have maybe Jadarian Price sits out too. You get to see your RB3, RB4, see how they run through holes. You get to see your backup linemen come in the game a little bit more and rotate. You get to see your wide receivers who haven't got much run this year see what they can do.
And on
And
top of
that
that,
boosts you to the spring game and so on and so forth.
you get an extra game against a top 12 team for your first year starting quarterback to play.
Yep.
And anybody that redshirted can play.
Yeah, because the red shirt doesn't count against you in the bowl games.
So anybody and everybody can play. Yeah, you're just seeing who do I got on my roster for next year.
Yeah.
What do I need to bring in? And
Here's the interesting point to me. Like, there are some parts of me that almost wonder if it was Marcus Freeman's call, and there are some parts of me that make me think it came from Pete Bavecca and up top. Like they might have told Marcus, "Hey, you're not playing." But and if they did tell him that, like let's just say that they did tell Marcus Freeman, "You're not playing." Then at what point does Marcus Freeman be like, "Okay, if that's how this university is gonna be, why not entertain the NFL offers?"
Or why not just resign and go somewhere else?
Because I know the Giants really want him.
Yeah, if that was the case, I'm 100% sure Marcus Freeman would fight back on that.
That's fair.
But I feel like he was leading the charge, bro.
But if he was in on this decision not to play,
Which,
and I never thought that was going to happen.
from what it sounded like he was, because he said that they spent all day consoling their players because the football program was led to believe that they were a lock for the playoffs. Buddy, you can't. It's football. Nothing is given. You have to earn it. Doesn't give a like. That's
what
fine.
did I tell you the other day?
What
did I tell you the other day? Remember?
No.
I said you can't expect to be given something that you had to earn.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
That you should have earned. You can't expect to be given something that you should have earned.
Because I get it. I get they don't want to. I get that they don't want to share the revenue and share the TV revenue. Well, first off, okay, if you're so afraid to, if you're so scared to share that, then that tells me where your booster club is, and that tells me where your alumni are. Like they don't want to donate to the football program. All your money comes from the NBC money. But if you're so mad that you thought you were going to be given a playoff spot, then go join a conference. Because what a better way to staple it than winning the ACC. Because I promise you, this Notre Dame team would have won the ACC.
Probably not. They're soft.
Would have ran through it. And honestly, they'd run through the ACC more times than not.
Absolutely. Like the one year they were in it in 2020 because of COVID, they literally made the ACC title game.
Yeah.
Like you already play an ACC schedule. Like here's the other thing too that's crazy to me. Like they're running from competition because they stay independent and schedule shitty games. But not only that, they also chose after this season to not renew the USC game. So they're done playing USC after next year. Next year is the last year they're playing USC. So they're just gonna add some other 3-9 team. My other question mark for this is to their point with that agreement with the College Football Playoff Committee, where if they're ranked in the top 12, they get an automatic spot. If I'm UConn, I'm like, does that count for me too? Because I'm independent. Can I go run the table and go 12-0? And if I'm ranked in the top 12, do I get guaranteed a spot too? Because why should they get it and we don't?
Yep.
You know their answer.
Because it's Notre Dame and you're UConn.
Okay, so.
But Pat, it all goes back to that.
The principle still remains.
That agreement, it all goes back. I'm really curious. Like if Notre Dame is 10-2 again, like they are this year, and they're 10-2 next year, it would be the funniest shit in the world if the committee just ranks them at 13.
Fuck Notre Dame, bro. I hope so. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
But the other part that I was reading too from On3 was, I guess, the last 3 years, committee members have been very vocal to Notre Dame that they would like for them to join a conference, because they think it's kind of hard to judge them based off making your own schedule every year, which I get, because we saw it this year. You go schedule like 8 teams that aren't in a bowl game.
It's gonna be
So
even
you're
worse
telling
next year.
me, so you're telling me on college football 26, if you're Notre Dame, you pretty much make your schedule.
Yeah, you do. You make your entire.
Maybe, yeah.
You make your. You
But
make your entire. There is no locked game.
that's not even funny. Like, why? I don't know. They're funny.
Um, yeah, it's a sad situation, but we'll see what happens moving forward. Uh, how long we been on? 50 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I kind of took a while.
No, you're good. You're good. I love that. That was great. Um,
You want to do?
there's been a lot of coaching hires over the past few weeks, guys, and
Right.
I thought it'd be a good idea to rank some of these hires based on fit, based on projection of what we think they're going to do at their respective schools. So let's go ahead and what did we agree on? Our top seven?
Yes, sir.
Our top seven coaches uh, at their new school.
Should we all do it at the same time? Like, all say 7, all say 6.
Yeah, let's do that.
That way, like, we don't spend a bunch of time because I don't want to make it too long for people.
Yeah, yeah. Number seven. Number seven. Who we got?
I have Will Stein at 7 at Kentucky.
Dude,
I have Eric Morris,
Ooh,
Oklahoma State.
I like that.
I have Alex Golish.
At Auburn, that's good too.
Okay. At six, I got John Summerall, Florida.
So do I. I have John Summerall, Florida.
You got him at six?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Tosh Lapoy at 6 at Cal.
I think John Summerall. It's hard to gauge him for me because it's kind of the same pathway we saw with Billy Napier. I'm interested to see what the differences are going to be, and we'll see
Yeah.
that once this first year goes by. But we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what he does because
Well,
there's no doubt that Billy Napier can recruit.
yeah.
It was just the scheme and the
I live in
on
the
the field stuff. They had no identity,
Yeah.
and I think that played a big part of why they didn't have much success.
I think it also didn't help that he called plays. I think it's smart that Summerall's bringing in his own coordinators.
Right.
He's just a head coach.
Or you had him at 6.
Yeah. Who do you have at 6?
You
I
said
said Tosh
Tosh, right?
Lapoy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Tosh Lapoy.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see. Number five, and this could be higher. I have Pat Fitzgerald.
Ooh, I like that.
Pat
I love
Fitzgerald at
him.
5.
At
He was
Michigan,
my honestly my honorable mention.
at 5, I have Tosh Lapoy.
Okay.
I have Will Stein.
Nice.
I
I think
just
for Pat Fitzgerald,
I forget. Yeah. He's
I think
Michigan.
I think Michigan State has to be done with this rebuild mode thing. They have to start being good now.
Yeah.
Well,
Because Ohio State's running through shit. Michigan, we talked about them earlier, but they're pretty good. You got Oregon now. I mean, Michigan State can be one of these teams where they're in this Iowa, Nebraska category where they're pretty good.
I would even put him with the USC.
USC, that group right there, that second tier of teams in the Big
Like,
Ten,
yeah, Michigan
Michigan State
State.
can definitely be in that tier. And I think Pat Fitzgerald, the thing about him is there's a floor with him. I think probably 7 and 5 is just going to be his floor.
people like
Especially he has a little bit more talent now than what he had at Northwestern.
that's what I'm saying. I think he's a really good hire because he elevates talent. Like at Northwestern, he won 9 games.
Yeah, he did that a few times. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pat, who's your 5?
I
Oh,
said Will
Will
Stein.
Stein. Sorry.
Will Stein. Number 4, I have Alex Golish at Auburn. I really like this hire.
Yeah.
I really like he's coached in the SEC before. Um, a very good offensive mind. I like his scheme and what he does with Byron Brown and them. I think he can bring that to Auburn, and it'll hopefully it reminds me of like Gus Malzahn, Nick Marshall days. Auburn, I really love those teams.
Yeah.
Speaking of Byron Brown, just to let y'all know, he's not playing in the bowl game. He's coaching the bowl game.
What?
Okay,
He's going to be an offensive coach. He opted out.
really?
That's fair.
At 4, I have Pat Fitzgerald.
Nice.
Yo. At 4, I have Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell. I like it.
Yeah.
That was a good hire. That's who I said Penn State should have gone and got from the get-go.
I just think he fits their identity. I mean, they should have never fired James Franklin, but he fits their identity.
Yeah, I also think Pat Kraft's retarded.
Oh yeah, he is.
Like
but...
the story of why it took so long to hire Matt Campbell is crazy.
What was it?
Pat Kraft reached out and offered Matt Campbell a contract. He called Matt Campbell's old agent
This guy.
a month ago. He was wondering about why Matt Campbell never got back to him. And when he finally called Matt Campbell himself, Matt's like, I never got the offer. He's like, oh, I sent it to so-and-so. He's like, yeah, that's not my agent anymore.
What did the agent say? The
He
old
didn't
agent.
say anything because it doesn't benefit him. He doesn't even represent Matt Campbell. Yeah, I guess the agent never got back to Pat Kraft. I don't know. Pat Kraft said that he never heard back from Matt Campbell's party.
Facepalm moment. Bro. That's bad.
I don't know. I honestly almost didn't even put him on this list.
Really? He's on my list.
No, I'm just kidding. I take it back.
Speaking of Matt Campbell, he's my number 3.
He's my number 3 also.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm John Summerall.
Yo. I like
You think he's gonna turn around the Gators?
I think he's a
He has an identity. He has physical teams. He's been at 2 different schools for 2 years, the last 4 years. He's made the title game every year.
Yeah.
So he wins. He elevates talent. You look at Jake Retzlaff's numbers this year, and you put that offensive identity and scheme with DJ Lagway in Florida, he has the talent to win the SEC next year. It's can he coach it and elevate it and utilize it? And I think he can. I don't think he will because of y'all 2 schools in Georgia, but I think Florida will be competing for an SEC title game and a playoff spot next year with him if he can elevate the talent, and I think he has the ability to do that.
I think a big question for John Summerall is roster retention.
Yeah.
People don't talk about how it's important to recruit in the transfer portal and out of high school is just as important recruiting your own guys back every single year.
Yep.
That, but I think these guys are getting paid enough where if he can come in and sell them on him, nobody's really going to leave. And he might bring some people in. Like, guys will leave, but they're not going to be key pieces.
Right.
But I don't think any of the big names, it'd be dope if Jaden Ball goes to UT, but I don't know if guys like that are going to leave.
Jaden Ball, come.
But to your point, too, like, Florida's one of those schools.
It's just, you commit to the school, not
like,
the coach.
When they fired Billy Napier, they've only had 2 guys decommit. So it's kind of like LSU had 1 decommit when they fired Brian Kelly. Like, these guys are committing to the brand rather than the coach.
Right.
So, which I get.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble on.
Wait, who's your number 3?
John Summerall.
Oh, Summerall was 3. Okay.
And then we had Matt Campbell.
We had Matt Campbell. Okay. Number 2. I got Lane Kiffin at 2.
Lane Kiffin, me too.
I have James Franklin at 2.
I got Lane Kiffin at 2, man.
Yo.
James Franklin obviously is number 1 for me then.
That's
okay. So you have Kiffin at 2, Franklin at 1.
Yeah.
Franklin at 2, Kiffin at 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just think, I just think Kiffin is a home run hire, and keeping the defensive staff is just an incredible pull on his end. Like now you get
That's huge.
now you get an offensive coach like Lane Kiffin, and you retain the top 10 defensive staff, and maybe not maybe you retain the top 5 defensive coordinator in the country, who's also now making $3.3 million a year.
3.1.
Yeah, 3.1. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, I know. I agree, but yeah, I have Kiffin at 2 and Franklin at 1 also.
Yeah, that's fair. That's more than fair.
I have that same reason why Lane Kiffin is at 2 above everybody else. But I like that reason 1, like as that being your reason 1, because that's why I have James Franklin. In terms of
James is so good.
he's brought his almost an entire staff from Penn State.
What?
Their co-OC is his OC.
No, yeah. I mean, most coaches, like, not to like discredit your program. Most college coaches.
Let me finish real fast, and then you can give your input because I don't want to forget it. He's brought the whole staff, like his whole staff over there from different pieces. But they have the 22nd ranked class now in the nation. Like,
Hey,
don't get me wrong, Lane Kiffin he might be one of the best recruiters in football, but you expect him to have a top 5 class. Like, and the fact that he was able to keep that is crazy as heck. That's why I have him at 2. But I have Franklin right there because he took Virginia Tech from 115 to 22 in the span of, or 63 to this, from 63 to 22 like that.
Facts.
are you talking about Penn State's in the 120s and shit?
Yeah, and then Virginia Tech was 63 when he got hired, and now they're 22nd.
Penn State's below
And Penn
Harvard.
State's like 130 or 140, yeah.
Penn State's below Harvard and Army and Navy.
They signed 2 guys.
That's bad.
Yeah, but I'm excited, yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, I got James Franklin at 1. I know we talked about Florida a second ago, and we talked about how, hey, you go to a place like Florida for the program, for the brand, not for the coach. Complete opposite.
Opposite.
You go to James Franklin school for James Franklin.
Yep.
That's why Penn State is where they are right now as far as recruiting. And this is why Virginia Tech is where they are in recruiting. He's the ultimate players coach. The players love him. And he's one of the best motivators in the country. For sure, like 100%. And he's going to turn Virginia Tech around quickly, I believe. I think he's going to turn them around quickly.
I think they can win the ACC next year.
They're going to compete for the ACC next year, next season.
I'm also curious how many Penn State guys go with him. Like Penn State, like actual like Penn State scholarship players. Transfer.
They have a young roster too.
Do we know how many have gone already?
In the portal?
Like two Virginia Tech?
I think he flipped like 14 recruits.
No. I'm talking about like current Penn State guys. Like how many of them are gonna like I'm curious.
Yeah, current players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, none have really entered yet, but they probably will when it opens.
The only thing that makes me think that Penn State could keep him too is that Matt Campbell and Penn State kept Terry Smith. Like they made him the highest paid non-coordinator in football.
Oh yeah, that's fair though.
Yeah.
He's your interim head coach, and
that's huge for them though. That's huge for them.
He just went 6-6 and kept the culture and everything.
Like he'll probably stay the recruiting coordinator and associate head coach.
Kind of has to.
Yeah.
Guys, my honorable mention, Colin Klein at Kansas State.
Colin.
I like that. Really good fit.
Yeah. You know who
Pete Golding, Ole Miss.
Yeah, he was one of mine. I had 2. I had Pete Golding and Alice Goldich for my honorable mentions.
Yeah. I had Pat and Pete. Pat Fitzgerald and Pete Golding.
Yeah.
To Colin Klein, he hired his GM. It's a K-State. They were QBs together at K-State. He spent 11 years in the Raiders front office and got up to assistant of player development, and then 3 years as an agent, and then just got hired as the GM. So that was honestly big for them too. He also knows the culture of KC. Like, their culture's not bad. He's not going in to have to rebuild a program. He's going in to kind of
Elevate.
elevate the program to the program that he was at, to like when he was there. That was Bill Snyder's some of his best teams, so he knows how to do it.
Yeah, Pete Golding I think was a good hire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing before we hop off. Been on here for a little over an hour. Okay. Um, the Heisman finalists have been announced: Fernando Mendoza, Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Love, Diego Pavia. Totally agree with that. Um, maybe would like to see Jacob Rodriguez go just for the fuck of it. He's not
Or
going to win,
or Kiwan.
but or Kewan Lacey's not being talked about. His numbers are very comparable to Jeremiah Love, but he doesn't get any shine.
Like I would have put Kiwan over Sagan, but that's just me.
Because who was the last defensive player to even make it to New York?
The Dominican
Not-
Stew.
Manti Te'o.
no, Chase Young made it to New
Aiden
York.
Hutchinson made it, didn't he?
Aiden Hutchinson made it. Yeah, that's more recent. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson made it. Yeah.
But he's cold, bro.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson his last year at Michigan was.
He might. I mean, he's a top 5 defenseman in the NFL. So
Yeah. Oh, Chase Young made it, and they're counting Travis Hunter as a defender.
Oh, well, yeah.
That doesn't count. I mean, he robbed Ashton Genty, but actually he did it. I like Travis. It's not. I mean, it's nothing he could have done.
Y'all remember Jabril Peppers made it as a finalist.
Jabril
He
Peppers,
was
bro,
so cold, bro.
so cold, bro. I was about to
He
say
he
that.
would take returns back too.
He was Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter.
He was because he was mainly a safety, but he played a lot of linebacker too.
Yeah,
He,
and he
he played a
returned.
lot of like
Bro, he was so nice.
He was just a
Yeah.
defensive player that also would be put on the field and put the ball in his hands on offense and returns.
He was so good.
That's funny because like when I watch Caleb Downs, I think Caleb Downs is a better version of Jabril Peppers
I like that
I
because
like that, yeah.
they bring Caleb Downs like
in the box.
down to the line of scrimmage. Yeah,
And that's no.
And they'll line him up on the edge. They'll line him up a linebacker. They'll put him in the slot. He plays free safety, strong safety. He returned the punt against Indiana last year.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I don't know if you've asked it yet, but I think Pavia wins, or I think Pavia should win.
I think he should win too, from the standpoint of his numbers, his passing numbers are comparable to Sayin and Mendoza. The rushing numbers, not even close.
The reason that I think he should win is because I don't know how voters are going to look at it, but the way that I look at it is if you put Mendoza or Sayin on Vanderbilt, they're not 10-2. If you put Pavia on Indiana or Ohio State, they're both still number 1 and 2 in the country.
Yeah, bro. And he really impressed me as a passer this year.
Yeah.
Last year I was like, okay, whatever. But he's having 300-yard games and he's throwing 4 or 5 touchdowns and yeah.
Have I not been telling you guys about him since last year?
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, you know the hot train, Pat.
No,
I
that's
think
fine.
he should win.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza is gonna win. Those couple plays he made against Ohio State and Penn State
Yeah.
seal the deal. Is gonna seal the deal for the committee.
For me, the interesting part about Jeremiah Love was they talked about it during the Big Ten game. He has, 1,600 yards rushing?
I think he's only at 1,300.
Yes, that's what it is, 1,300 yards. You imagine what his numbers would be if he didn't split carries with Price?
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Love's numbers are not there. Like we compare it to these other running backs, Genty and all these other running backs, and they're not even.
He ran for almost 2,300 yards last year.
Yeah, they're not even close. But we understand
The touches.
he split plays with Jadarian Price. But we
And
see the highlight plays every week from Jeremiah Love.
and
Hurdles, spin moves.
no disrespect to him or any of these guys either, but it's kind of a down year for the Heisman. It's
Yeah.
kind of been a down year the last two. I mean, last year I guess Genty. I mean, he should have won it. He ran for 2,300 yards, but
On he had like almost 400 carries,
and he
which is
took Boise
insane.
State to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this year has been really weird as far as not only quarterbacks but offenses in general. I feel like we look at a lot of the teams, even in the playoffs, like they've had like lulls where we're like, okay, what's wrong with their offense? What's wrong with their offense? I don't know. It's been a weird year. I feel like the defenses, they're better. There are more great defenses than there are great offenses this year.
I feel like a lot of that too. Like I agree. I feel like a lot of that too speaks a lot more to the, I guess, like the balance of college football. Like you don't just have like three teams dominating. You have 6, 7, 8 teams that could win. That could like win the national championship. Like you have, like you have a lot of like really good teams rather than like three great teams and five
Yeah,
or six good teams. You have a lot of really really good teams.
Yeah.
which I love it. Like I love it
Oh
like
yeah,
that. It's beautiful.
I do too.
Um, but that's gonna wrap it up, y'all, for this episode of CFB Enthusiasts. This was a jam-packed episode. One of my favorite episodes we've done.
Facts.
But y'all make sure to go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Before we hopped on, we're one subscriber away from 100 subscribers. So hopefully, by the time this video is out, we get there. I appreciate every single one of y'all for your love and support. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok, CFB_enthusiasts. That's where you'll find a lot of our short form content. And Sunday, we will be back talking about a lot of these matchups. We're going to be ranking all 12 coaches in the CFP and all 12 quarterbacks. I can't wait for it.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I forgot about that. I like
Yeah.
that.
We're going to be ranking them. And then I gotta look at the schedule, but we might talk about some of the higher tier bowl games and make picks on those as well.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes, sir.
You get it. But other than that, I'm Jimmy. That's Jacob. That's Pat. We are outie. Peace.
Peace.